Hello, everybody. Yep, here I am back again. Um, in my last video, I kind of started saying, I was kind of dogging on old Moses a little bit, and I never really fully explained myself. I mentioned that I feel there are two lost commandments, but I should probably go into that further. Okay, so Moses didn't have to lift a finger really to get the Israelites out of Egypt. He just goes in there with, God instructs him, what he needs to say to Pharaoh. He talks to Pharaoh. Bad stuff happens. He talks to Pharaoh again. Bad stuff happens. He talks to Pharaoh again. Some bad stuff happens. Eventually, God's doing His thing. Moses is saying what he's saying. God's taking care of things, and Pharaoh, he just taps out and says, "Okay, that's it. You guys are free. Just go. Get out of here." Well, you know, the hand of God was behind everything. Our Heavenly Father was completely supporting Moses in everything that he was doing, um, all the way through the true exodus out of Egypt. But then, he gets out there in the wilderness and he starts trying to manage everything on his own. Somehow he doesn't really, he's not looking to our Heavenly Father for guidance. In fact, he's kind of doing some things that are, judging some, and working out some differences between the Israelites. And his father-in-law recommends a better way to handle things. Yeah, he's not getting that information from our Heavenly Father. It's his father-in-law basically instructing Moses how to, tend to the Israelites. Yeah, I find that really, really extremely weird. And then all of a sudden, here comes the Ten Commandments. Do I believe our Heavenly Father was trying to communicate to the Israelites with the tablets? Yeah, but Moses shattered the ones that were chiseled out by the finger of God. Yeah, and then he goes back up and chisels out his own. So anyway, he comes down. He sees them worshiping the golden calf. He loses his cool. He shatters the 10 commandments. 12 commandments is what I say. And I know I'm adding words and taking words away from the Bible. I'm fully aware of that. But I'll answer for that on Judgment Day. And I have no problem with that. I'm here to get information that's just been sitting there forever that, no one seems to understand. So he comes down. If he were to bring down, if there were 12 commandments, like, love one another, forgive one another, yeah, he would lose all power. I think the power and the authority of being the head man of all these Israelites had went to his head. He wasn't one to give that up. Yeah, and judging one another, yeah, I think judging one another was slipped in there, or slipped out of the commandments, and take a day off is slipped in there. I mean, Jesus pretty much lets you know that a shepherd tends to his flock every day of the week. Yeah, I mean, I know I don't have a flock. I have a herd here, but 9 years later, I haven't had a single day off. That's impossible. And if you're a true shepherd taking care of people, yeah, when do you ever get a day off? Yeah, so I don't know. For the human race to really stay alive, somebody's got to do something. You can't really take a day off. I mean, our Heavenly Father never takes a day off. It's pretty obvious. Jesus let us know that. So, I'm calling a bluff on the Old Sabbath. There's 9. Put in there, thou shalt not judge. Well, Moses wanted to continue judging. And then thou shalt not, make laws. Yeah, how many laws did Moses make? And if there was love and forgiveness and not judging, could he have made any of those laws? No, because if someone broke it, well, you'd have to forgive them. You'd have to judge them anyway, really. I mean, and we're not supposed to judge each other. We're always supposed to love and forgive one another. And the Christian, I think, easier than the Jew or the Muslim is easy. They can look at our Heavenly Father and go, "Oh, He's a loving, forgiving Father." Yeah, God is a loving, forgiving God, the Almighty Creator, loving, forgiving. And only He has the right to judge, and only He has the ability to judge. So, Moses kind of, changed things. It's really obvious, folks. It's really obvious. So, why was Jesus hated by the Jews? Because he was like, not that Sabbath thing, not necessarily that. And, the one innocent of sin can cast the first stone. Yeah. You got to love and forgive. Yeah. Our Heavenly Father didn't forget to put those on the tablets, folks. Moses shattered the original ones, then kind of, made up some new ones. I do think 9 of the 10 are correct. I'm kind of don't know about that Sabbath one, and I definitely think that you're not supposed to judge. So let's not worry about the Sabbath so much, and know, hey, you're not supposed to judge, and you're supposed to love and forgive. Everyone. Love your enemy, love your neighbor. And then there's the story of Jesus getting questioned, and he answers to love your neighbor. But that's not like questioned at the time. So have the Jews changed the Ten Commandments, or was it Moses? Yeah, see, it's kind of, who knows? All we know is that they've definitely been changed. No idol images, that's pretty obvious. Honor your father and mother. Is that, your heavenly father and Mother Earth, or is that your parents? There's some people who question that, but thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet. It's pretty obvious. Our Heavenly Father was just trying to help us out and give us instructions that would keep us pure and keep the human race from going through all these problems that the world has right now today. Here it is, like whatever, June 9th, 10th, 2020, and look at all the problems the world has, because you just all have turned your back on our Heavenly Father. So none of you have His hand of protection over you. I mean, that's just pretty much how it is. And anyway, yeah, I'm pretty much over. I'm out of time. I could go much further in depth on this whole topic, but yeah, the relationship was shattered between Moses and our Heavenly Father the day he shattered the Ten Commandments. And then just look at things from then on. He makes an idol image. He makes a bronze snake. So it's not okay to make a golden calf, but it is okay to make a bronze snake. Yeah, folks, look at it. Yeah, Moses wasn't any saint. And Moses doesn't lead you to our Heavenly Father. Just like Muhammad doesn't lead you to the Heavenly Father. So, I've made it clear. There's a lot of people who are about ready to go down because they can't seem to reach out for their Heavenly Father that will answer their prayers, that will keep them strong and healthy, that will protect them through anything, through the storm. Y'all need to realize that there's an Almighty Creator and that He loves you. You need to figure out that He wants us to love one another. We're all children of His. We're all sisters and brothers, and we all need to love one another. And anybody who can't get that, I'm sorry, your days are numbered.